I wanted to ask Izzy here before we move on to other NBA things. The thing that we were talking about as it related to load management and the problem of right off the bat at the top of a season as Obama's telling Halliburton, you guys need to try. You need to pretend to try. The season starts in Philadelphia where they're trying to catch Boston, and Paul George and Embiid cannot play, and Embiid says he's not playing back-to-backs for the rest of his career. Zion Williamson does not play his first game. Adam Silver has already said, obviously, that this is a problem. What do you do as they head into this first season, or this season, first game of the season, the last couple of days? What do you do with the fact that already the conversation, one of the main conversations, is how hard are these people trying? Yeah. How much do they actually care?
Well, I won't read too much into the Zion one. I feel like teams in the Western Conference in particular, because the conference is back to being really deep again, I don't think that they're taking regular season games off. I think if you look at the Eastern Conference specifically, there are 5 teams that you just kind of know are going to be terrible. And that leaves basically the rest of the Eastern Conference to at least be a play-in team. So you get yourself right at the end of the season. It doesn't matter what your seed is. You're going to trust that you're going to do okay. The problem I have with that is if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, what example do you have of this ever working? I already know, okay, the Sixers, no matter how they treat Joel Embiid, there's a 90% chance in the postseason he is not going to be able to play like his normal self. You can probably put a 50, 60% chance of that on Paul George, who's also missing the season early after a hyperextension. And you're thinking, yeah, the 76ers are never going to get into a rhythm to be able to compete with the likes of the Celtics if they are healthy and doing well. So they kind of take the regular season and just, hey, I'll relax. When I can get it right, I'll rev up. And I think that's only possible because the bottom of the Eastern Conference is so bad that you have multiple teams that you don't have to worry about.
I think that Jeremy thinks that the most interesting thing in the Eastern Conference is what's going to make it into the play-in game as a 10 seed.
That's absolutely the most interesting NBA story this season. There's a chance, Dan, that a team loses 50 games and makes the playoffs. Mm-hmm. There's a strong chance, because if you look at the Eastern Conference, and on behalf of the show, I will not include the Heat in this group. So you take 7 teams that you know are good in the East when you look at the Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Cavs, Magic, Pacers, and Sixers. Then you have the Heat and the Hawks, who are going to probably be filling out what would be 8 and 9 of those 9 teams. Who is 10th? The Bulls are terrible. The Nets are terrible. The Raptors, the Hornets, the Wizards, the Pistons. One of those teams I just named is going to be a playoff team this season. That is the best possible storyline for the NBA, is the chase for 10 with the worst teams in the league.
Keep an eye on the Pistons this year. Keep a little eye on the Pistons this year.
Just a little eye.
Keep an eye. Cade Cunningham is special, Dan. No, I want you to keep an eye on Cade Cunningham and the Pistons.
No,
this
he's
year.
not, says Izzy.
No, he's not. I had this. I put this in the group chat last season. I said, Cade Cunningham, he's all right. He is not special. He doesn't have. I don't think he has the athleticism to be special. I don't think he has the shot making to be special. I think he's a good lead guard, might make an all-star game, but I don't think he is a number one on a team that's going to do much of anything.
We'll see.
Okay, that is the way to retort there. I also remember that once upon a time, this might be unsophisticated basketball analysis, but I remember once upon a time people were arguing that Tony Campbell was a special player because somebody had to lead the 9-win Timberwolves in scoring.
I thought you switched to football there with that name. I do not even remember who that is.
I remember a Timberwolf leading scorer, a terrible – do I have the name wrong? There was a Timberwolf –
Kevin Martin?
No, before that.
Wasn't Bucket, by the way.
Kevin Martin was always in competition, be like a leading
But
scorer.
whoever was the lead scorer for a terrible Timberwolves team almost got to 20 points a game inefficiently and fooled people into believing that he could be something somewhere just because someone on these bad teams in the NBA that team to 100 points the way they're playing basketball these days, shooting as many threes as they are. So people get fooled into thinking a number one on Houston or a number one, somebody who looks like a number one in Sacramento is an actual number one based
Tony
on what
Campbell.
it is.
Dan was right.
Wow.
So Tony Campbell put up a season with the Timberwolves.
This is shocking. More shocking than bananas being berries.
No, but correct me if I'm wrong on this. Don't we do this all the time with the bad teams? Tone.
Luder and a riot.
A lot of people are saying, I hear a lot of people trying to sell me on the fact that Cade Cunningham is someone special because someone's got to be good on a bad NBA team.
It's a battle of attrition, right? Like you look, that guy sucks, that guy sucks. This guy is somewhat good. He can lead this team to at least something, but he read all those teams and they're bad, right? Like he has an ability to score. I mean, he's not a great shooter, but he can get to the hole. Like he's good enough.
But the Pistons were the worst team in the league last year, weren't they?
Yeah, he didn't. I think he missed some games there. But if you look at Cade Cunningham and think, okay, he's a special player who can lead a team, what do you look at when you see LaMelo Ball, who's more explosive, more dynamic, has been in it for a few more years, has that desire to finally crack into the postseason? I see him as that guy who's going to break into probably the play-in and then just maybe have to win one game to get into the playoffs.
Tony Campbell led the 19 Minnesota Timberwolves with 1,903 points.
23 points per game.
Whoa. I wasn't a young boy at that time. How do I not know who this person is?
I hadn't been born yet. First person in sports history to announce a basketball player's scoring totals instead of average.
I was doing the math. I was like, what is that?
Total
The
weird.
internet wasn't even invented yet.